Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. Today is December 1st. We are counting down until the after Survivor Series Monday Night Raw. I have no clue where it's coming from. If I had to place a bet, I think it's probably going to be somewhere like in Phoenix, Arizona. What a weekend it was in San Diego. For Survivor Series War Games, I was only able to spend about 24 hours inside of the city. It's the city of the beautiful people. And the police came to my room early in the morning and said, "Steve, we got to get you out of here." But I have we put up a review, honestly, live from the stadium before we even got up out of our seats. I have put up the vlog. If anybody out there is into the old school, click vlogs, me and Miguel walking around San Diego, being in the stadium, watching War Games. Honestly, really, really fun. When it comes to today, it is my last day off of my 4-day stand. And I got to get ready for Christmas in the house. Honestly, we got some Christmas trees up on the mantle. We got an advent calendar over there on the table. We got a Shrek cookie thing up over there. Well, I got to get the tree up. I got to get the tree up today. That's probably going to be what I am doing during Monday Night Raw and the Patriots versus Giants Monday Night Football game that's going to be happening tonight. Other than that, I'm really looking for a Cyber Monday. The only thing I'm really looking for are the Yak cards from the Barstool store. If you know, you know. I bought some basketball cards on Black Friday when I walked into Target. They had a big, huge deal of Cooper Flag standing there, and I fell for it. Cards sucked. Didn't get anything out of there that I was looking for. But then again, I'm not the biggest basketball fan because my Kings aren't good. So it is what it is. But when it comes to Monday Night Raw tonight, the biggest mystery is Seth Rollins back? If not, who was the guy in the hooded sweatshirt that came into the ring and delivered the curb stomp during War Games, which kind of sealed the deal for the bad guys to get their win? If you go back, it was Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed that took out Seth Rollins. Why would Seth Rollins come back and help this team? I think they were setting up a storyline with his injury for him to return. He would be opposing Braun Breaker. You got to think with the news yesterday that if Braun Breaker really is going to main event WrestleMania against CM Punk, is he going to win the Rumble? Is he going to win the Chamber? Could we see Rollins come back? And people are believing this rumor, and it's Rollins that cost Braun Breaker at one of those big shows. There's a lot of storylines built into this. Miguel is the one guy that when the guy came in and I was like freaking out, like what the hell is going on? He was saying Rollins. And then as soon as it was done, he came to his senses and he's basically was saying that like that guy's legs didn't look anything like Seth Rollins' legs. He kept saying that like Rollins doesn't skip leg day. We all get like hyped up and we say some like crazy crap in the moment. I think everybody understands that, but are we going to find out who that person is? Are they going to reveal Austin Theory or somebody like that? It's just, if you remember back before the Brock Lesnar thing broke and he was coming back, it was like Austin Theory's name that kept being thrown out there, that Austin Theory was going to be the one to join Seth Rollins' team at War Games. And all of us was like, I guess he could join the group, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Why are they bringing in like a smaller sized guy in to be like their muscle man when they've already got Braun Breaker in this group? They've already got Bronson Reed in this group. Where does Austin Theory really fit in? Do they just need like speed running down to the ring to like break up a pin inside of like a big match situation? Is that what they're looking for? But then again, like who is not going to be as fast as Braun Breaker? That's the big thing that they revealed for him when he's running around delivering those speeders outside of the ring. Well, when it comes to tonight, that's the biggest thing that I'm looking for. It doesn't seem like they're going to be doing any John Cena Invitational, aka the last time is now tournament matches. We're down to the final four where we have Solo Sikoa going up against Gunther. We have LA Knight against Jey Uso. You would think that we would get at least Gunther versus Sikoa on Raw tonight, maybe giving Jey Uso the night off, mostly for storyline reason and for the fact that he just competed in War Games on Saturday, and they would be selling the fact that he was just in this huge cage match. But then again, Jey Uso's character storyline kind of is like throwing caution to the wind, always thinking that he has a chance, not really caring about what physical shape his body's in. It's one of the main reasons he lost to Gunther. But the fact that you really think about Jey Uso, if he's going to win this thing, I don't think he's going to, but if he is, he's going to have to go through a fellow good guy that I thought was going to be on his War Games team, LA Knight. LA Knight should be really fired up for the fact that he thinks he's a main event superstar, and he has been skipped over for like the last, big, he needs to crack like the top 5 in WWE because he's so close, but yet he's not there. He needs a big win to prove his worth. There's people out there that think that LA Knight is going to be a future world heavyweight champion. They think that he's a guy that could win the Royal Rumble. I don't see it, but I think he just needs that really big win to put it over the top. I can understand them doing Gunther versus Sikoa on Raw tonight. I just don't understand the fact that why they're not like touting it out yet. It's not even the match that they wanted us to have, because you would think that Penta was supposed to win last week, and due to injury is the reason that he was taken out. Bringing that up, you got to think of the fact of like how injured is Penta. We haven't really got an update on that as of yet, but we only have one match that is named for Monday Night Raw tonight. That is a tag titles match. It's going to be the New Day going up against the tag team champions, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. I think the New Day are going to be taking the titles. I know it doesn't really make a lot of sense. They haven't really been active in the tag team division as of late, other than, just appearing on Raw every now and then, complaining to Austin Pierce that they need a tag title shot and, how big their name is and why aren't they being used. It doesn't really make a lot of sense unless, Xavier Woods had some sort of injury or he had something. There's the fact that he was, not being used on Raw. If you think back to that number one contender battle royal a few weeks ago, Kofi Kingston, he was involved in that. So I don't really know why he wouldn't have been there. When it comes to the team of Dragon Lee and AJ Styles, I haven't been the biggest follower of what's been going down in AAA with the Mexican wrestling, but I really thought that the fact that they were doing that was because it seemed like they were going to do something with AJ Styles and Dom down in Mexico, probably trying to use AJ as a really big name. If he did appear, I didn't really hear about it. But I kind of think that they gave AJ Styles the tag titles to sort of kick off his announcement that he's going to be retiring within the next year. And they just wanted to kind of elevate him up the card. And he gets the shocking win for the tag titles. People talk about it. And then it's, a month later, you look around and he hasn't even really defended them on television. And we all know that they don't do house shows anymore. And he hasn't been on the pay-per-view. So you start wondering, what did they even put the titles on him for? So I'm picking the New Day. I give you a lot of reasons. Monday Night Raw is going to be a good one tonight. Let's tune in. 5 p.m. Netflix. Fire it up. Let's go. Let's get some wrestling going. It's December 1st. We got to put the tree up. Let's go. Peace out. Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. I am back from my Costco run. I got my Yak cards on the Cyber Monday whole deal. I put up a video this morning talking a little bit about what I thought was going to happen on Monday Night Raw, a little bit about Survivor Series, and I threw out when I was talking about the New Day versus Dragon Lee and AJ Styles for the WWE tag titles that I thought it was weird that we're not getting a tournament match for the last time is now John Cena Invitational Tournament to fight him at his last match at the Saturday night's main event. December 13th is coming up fast, y'all. That's only 2 weeks down the road. Today's December 1st. I can't believe it. I honestly felt really honored that I got to see John Cena wrestle at Survivor Series against Dominic Mysterio. I got to see him twice on this tour. I guess I really got to see him 3 times because I saw him at WrestleMania, wrestle against Cody Rhodes. I saw him come out on Monday Night Raw when he was RKO'd by Randy Orton. And then I got to see him at Survivor Series where he lost to Dominic Mysterio. So all 3 times, he sort of got left laying. So if anybody looks at last year of John Cena and doesn't think it's a big success, maybe it's just Stevie Breach showing up to his matches. I think there was one time when he came to Sacramento, California, but I'm not really 100% sure. He might have been on that last Raw before WrestleMania, but I don't think he was, and I don't think he was in SmackDown. So there's no Sacramento John Cena shirt, so I guess I got to see John Cena as much as I could have. I mean, I went to Las Vegas, I went to San Diego. It's just crazy. I mean, John Cena, I saw him wrestle countless times in Sacramento. I saw him wrestle even more in Stockton at house shows. The dude was so entertaining. I just can't believe it's coming to an end. But tonight, Monday Night Raw, we're getting 2 WWE fan favorites wrestle from the Monday Night Raw brand. We've seen them interact a lot this year, and I honestly was really surprised that LA Knight was not put on the WWE Survivor Series. If you really think about it, I mean, like, LA Knight probably would have helped a little bit more than Jimmy Uso. We're not big Jimmy Uso supporters over here. The Usos are one of the best tag teams of all time, but when you're putting singles wrestlers on a team together, I don't know, Jimmy. It just didn't make a ton of sense. At least you weren't the one member of the team that cost yourself the match. But LA Knight, he honestly really should go into this match with a chip on his shoulder. He is the one guy that's coming into this tournament that doesn't even know who he's fighting, week in, week out. He won a match against the returning Zack Ryder on SmackDown, and then he won a match against The Miz the following SmackDown, who was filling in as a replacement for Sheamus. I don't know why WWE didn't bring in a surprise name. At least for a few days, Zack Ryder and Dolph Ziggler were the names of WWE that people were so excited these guys came back. We hadn't seen them more than likely in about 4 to 5 years. I think that Ziggler was able to stay in WWE for about a year after Ryder was released in 2020. I don't think Dolph left until like 2021, maybe even 2022, if I remember right. But definitely, LA Knight has had the most troubling way because he didn't know who his opponents were until they were walking out onto the stage. Jey Uso was able to go out there and he was able to beat The Miz in the first round, and then he had to fight Rusev last week in order to move on. That was on the taped SmackDown. That was on Friday, if you didn't get a chance to see that one. But this one should honestly be a huge barn burner. A lot of stuff could happen. I mean, people look at LA Knight like he's one of the favorites to win the Royal Rumble. People think that he's really on track to win a World Heavyweight Championship in WWE. I don't know. The more I look at it, you look at Gunther versus Solo Sikoa. On the other side, you would think that Gunther is going to win that match. And if we can get one more match on the run of Gunther versus Jey Uso, I mean, they had the really big Monday Night Raw match. Well, they had the Intercontinental title feud, which then led to Jey versus Gunther on a Saturday night's main event. Gunther got the best of them, but at WrestleMania 41, the Yeets in the crowd push Jey Uso to a World Heavyweight Championship win. And then Gunther, right after Money in the Bank on Monday Night Raw, took his title back. And Jey still hasn't got a proper one-on-one World Heavyweight Championship rematch. On the same side, Gunther's looking for a rematch as well, since basically losing the title at Survivor Series. But because of the cash-in, the title went Punk to Rollins, and it's all jazzed up. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense for him to go in there and get his rematch. But he should get a rematch against whoever the champion is. But right now, I think we're really looking at Gunther versus Jey Uso. That's on path. That's going to happen. And that's my pick for tonight's Monday Night Raw. WWE just tweeted out that they're going to do both of the semifinal matches of the John Cena Last Time Is Now Invitational. I understand that this match is coming up sooner than later. John Cena's retirement match is not this Saturday, but it is next Saturday. I have no idea if they are doing the finals of the Last Time Is Now tournament on SmackDown this week, or if it will be held over until next Monday, which will be the 8th. And then like the build would just basically be from that final until Saturday. John Cena will not be on SmackDown. John Cena will not be on Monday Night Raw this week or next week in order to hype this up. It is basically all going to have to be done by the person themselves. I think we all are thinking that Gunther is the favorite in order to win this tournament. As of right now, they're going to do LA Knight versus Jey Uso, and then we have Solo Sikoa going up against Gunther. I think that Gunther has had a pretty easy way into this finals. In the first round, he fought a Javon Evans, coming up and making his Monday Night Raw debut. He is a 21-year-old from NXT. And I will tell you this, Javon Evans was able to get more offense in this match than I honestly thought he was going to do. Followed by a second-round match against Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes is somebody who should not have won on paper his first-round match. He basically won it because of Cody Rhodes coming down and getting involved with Bronson Reed because of the fact that War Games was coming up. But I'll tell you this much, Carmelo Hayes, he got more offense into this match than he honestly should have. So this Gunther that we are seeing tonight on Monday Night Raw, has he lost a step? We have not really seen the clean, just flawless victory Gunther that we had seen in the past. Tonight he's going to be going up against Solo Sikoa. This is his third opponent inside of this tournament that basically we knew the finish before the bell even rang. That's the God-honest way to put it, that I don't think anybody was running to DraftKings Sportsbook in order to be putting a bet in thinking that Gunther was going to lose this match. Solo Sikoa moved along because of the fact Penta suffered an injury while he was whooping up on Solo in his match. I don't think Solo was supposed to move on. He already had a storyline where they were going to be doing a Survivor Series match on SmackDown against, what was the team? It was Team Sammy, which was made up of Shinsuke Nakamura, the Motor City Machine Guns, and I think Rey Fenix was the other guy that was on that team. So I just didn't see it. In the first round, he beat Dolph Ziggler. That was the Madison Square Garden. I guess that was kind of like a good win because the fact you look at Dolph Ziggler, he's a former World Heavyweight Champion. He's a countless Intercontinental and United States Champion. He won the tag titles countless times. He's wrestling for TNA now. But I don't really think that he's like down and out in his career. They brought him back for a reason. He had the connection of wrestling thousands of Monday Night Raw matches against John. But I think the Solo is going to be just basically a road bump for Gunther to be making the finals. The bigger and better match, honestly, is going to be on the other side. LA Knight versus Jey Uso. Would not be surprised if this is the main event of the deal. Now, I just want to know, will they be doing, Jey Uso versus Gunther on SmackDown, or will they be holding that over and doing the final on Monday Night Raw next week? And then at what point do we get the Gunther promo against John Cena? Because I think that's one of the biggest things that I want to see is like Gunther coming out there and saying that he is the career killer. He retired Goldberg, and John Cena is just going to be the next casualty along the way. I've thrown this out once. I've said it 1,000 times. John Cena lost against Cody. John Cena lost against Dominic Mysterio. He lost against Brock Lesnar. That's 3 losses this year. He had that opening promo basically saying that he hadn't won a match in forever. He had a really good year. Intercontinental Champion, WWE Champion. I don't want to see another WrestleMania 35 Kurt Angle moment. I don't care who it's against inside of this tournament. I don't want to see John Cena lose on Saturday night's main event. Cena needs to win to end his career.